It is the Auburn Regional in Alabama. It's going to be played at Auburn University Club, home of the Tigers. It sits just a few miles northwest of the town and university. It first opened in 1999, and the 18-hole championship golf course is set on rolling hills and woodlands. So let's take a look at the teams that are going to be playing their regionals in Alabama. Auburn, the #1 seed. The #2 seed, another program from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies. And then you see a handful of teams that are going to have to travel a bit, including the 3 seed, the Big Ten champion UCLA Bruins. SMU's in at #4, and the 6 seed Oregon Ducks. A little bit further down, you have a couple of conference champions, Loyola Maryland from the Patriot League and USC Upstate from the Big South. Let's take a closer look at the region's top seed, the defending national champion Auburn Tigers, led by head coach Nick Clinard. Jackson Coyven, he is still the #1 player for the Tigers, but plenty of depth behind him. Brendan Valdez, Josiah Gilbert, and Carson Baca, all top 30 players in the individual rankings. And with that, we welcome in the head coach of those defending national champions, Nick Clinard. Nick, always good to spend some time with you, my friend. How would you describe the last 11 months, what it's been like for you and your team since winning it all last May and trying to put yourself in position for another postseason run?
Well, War Eagle guys, and thanks for having me on. It's been a whirlwind. Obviously came off a incredible last year and one of the best teams to probably ever play college golf, and capped it off with a national championship was an honor, and it was a privilege. And it's just been a whirlwind. It's hard to believe we're already back here in May and getting ready to compete in regionals with hopefully play good enough to get an opportunity to go back and defend our championship at La Costa.
Nick, you have such a deep and talented squad, but I think we can all agree that it starts with Jackson Coyven, your super sophomore. We could spend all show talking about his accomplishments, but most recently, the first back-to-back SEC individual champion since 1976. Where has he gotten better since we saw him this time last year?
Yeah, he's an elite competitor, Brentley. I mean, the guy, listen, he birdied 5 of his last 6 holes to win the SEC championship, and just in dramatic fashion. But he's really improved. He's worked really hard on his wedges, learning to hit off-speed shots, not to be so steep, angle of attack and high speed. And I thought he's gotten a lot better in those areas. He's actually using it on the golf course now, which is a challenge for great players, is to transfer it from the range to the golf course. And that's an area that he's improved on a ton, as is his pitch game around the greens. I think that's really improved his understanding of how to hit certain shots around the greens. And he's still learning. He's still growing. He's 19 years old, even as good as he is.
Nick, as you look to go back-to-back next month at La Costa, how would you describe the similarities and differences of this year's team compared to last?
A lot of similarities. We brought back 4 of our starting 5. We have great leadership with Carson Baca, Ryan Eshelman, and Brendan Valdez being our track captains, basically. And they brought a lot to the table. But the guys worked really hard. They got great culture in that locker room. They got great connectivity. And I'm just very blessed to have the opportunity to coach them because they're just fine young men.
Well, Nick, we appreciate the time. All the best moving forward. That's a nice little well-placed trophy behind you. I know you might have to clear off some space on that desk, trying to add a little bit more here in the coming weeks.
Thank you, guys. War Eagle.